everybody, and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and Dead by Daylight has given us a blog post for the upcoming changes for the PTB. It's time to dive into the changes coming in the 8.6.0 PTB with some killer updates, perk updates, the match surrender option, a new map layout, details below. We can go to Reddit or the forums. We're going to the forums because Reddit is scary. Let's go check it out and read all about it. Okay, here we are in the official Dead by Daylight forums with the March 2025 developer update as written by that Ryan B this morning. On this page, a status effect. Okay, here we are on the Dead by Daylight official forums with the March 2025 developer update as written by that Ryan B this morning at 10 a.m. On this page, we're going to discuss status effect, updates, killer updates, new features, and perk updates. Let's go. With the 8.6.0 update quickly approaching, that's going to come out on, the public test build is going to come out on Tuesday, March the 11th. It's time once again to give you a look at the notable gameplay changes you can expect from the public test build next week. Read on for the details. Status effect updates, mending actions, minor update. Decreased self-mending time to 10 seconds down from 12 seconds. Decreased altruistic mending time to 6 seconds down from 8 seconds. Developer note. We know that Deep Wound can be a frustrating mechanic to come up against as it slows down the pace of the game for survivors. You could say that again. By reducing mending times, we hope to reduce this friction slightly. We want players to feel the urgency of triaging this status effect, but once they make the choice to act, we don't want them to feel pulled away from the game for too long. Killer updates, minor update for the Legion. Decreased the fatigue time to 2.5 seconds down from 3. Increased the fatigue movement speed to 2.3 meters per second up from 2.07. Feral Frenzy lasts for 11 seconds instead of 10. Feral Frenzy cooldown is now 15 seconds instead of 20. Movement speed earned by hit during Feral Frenzy is now 0.24, up from 0.2. Adjusted several add-ons. Interesting. So let me get this straight. So you wanted to make it so that it didn't slow down the pace of the game too much by allowing us to mend faster, but at the same time, you're going to allow the Legion to run around and put us into Deep Wound more often. Do I have that right? I don't know. All right. To account for reduced mending times, we've adjusted Legion's kit to ease the downtime between power uses. By extending Feral Frenzy and adjusting its cooldown and movement bonus, the goal is to provide Legion with a slight buff to their ramp up as they weaken survivors, giving them more opportunities to lean on their mobility. Then, with the adjustments to fatigue, they'll be able to get back into chases quicker after Feral Frenzy ends to better close the deal. These changes will make Legion feel more like an active and mobile threat, reducing their reliance on a more passive status effect. Yeah, I think the Legion is like 31st out of all the killers for lethality, something like that. They're pretty down there for lethality, but they do turn the game into a slog, and you know, I don't think this changes that. So that was one of the things that, like, personally, I hope when the next version of 2v8 comes out that they exclude Legion from it, because it makes the games so much longer in a mode that is desperate to get the survivors in and out of the game so they can get in the queue and service the waiting killers. I don't know if having Legion in 2v8 is the way to go, because I feel like the games are twice as long if a Legion is in them, but it's my personal opinion. Anywho, next we have the Xenomorph with a minor update. Increase the tail attack charge time to 0.35 seconds, up from 0.2. Increase the tail attack charge sound volume for survivors, so you can hear it coming, I guess. Reduce the missed attack cooldown time to 2.5 seconds, down from 3. Increase the killer instinct range when exiting a tunnel to 16 meters, up from 12 meters. Decrease the time it takes to get out of a tunnel to 1.5 seconds, down from 2.25. Interesting. Increase the amount of fire needed to burn the Xenomorph out of crawler mode to 175, was 100. Wow. Increase the delay before the Xenomorph heat starts to dissipate to 15 seconds, was 1 second. Decrease the Xenomorph's heat dissipation rate to 2 per second, was 25 per second, I guess. Adjusted several add-ons to align with these changes. Yeah, because there's that add-on that makes you pretty well invulnerable to the turrets, right? So let's see. If you're going to make it, you need to get burnt with more fire to get out of tail mode. I don't think that that add-on can exist in its current state. In its current state, the Xenomorph's tail attack tends to be a little too difficult to dodge with a short window between wind-up and attack. To give survivors more of a chance to anticipate and react to it, we've adjusted its charge time and made the wind-up louder. To balance this out, we've reduced the cooldown on misses so Xenomorph can keep pressure up. We've also found that turret impact can be inconsistent, providing huge value at high skill levels and being very ineffective at lower levels. That's all meaning about the placement, like whether or not the Xenomorph can see it, get a drop on it, stuff like that. Rather than having turrets act as an immediate threat that dissipates quickly, heat buildup will remain for longer. This should help give a little more value to small bursts of heat that aren't enough to knock the Xenomorph out of crawler mode, as weaker turret placements can still build up over time. To ensure this sustained heat isn't too punishing, we've balanced it with a higher heat threshold for the Xenomorph. We also did a pass on Xenomorph's add-ons to buff some of its weaker, less used add-ons, while realigning some turret-based add-ons to fit with the above changes. Okay, well, we'll have to see how that plays out. Looking at the stats currently of Steam players right now, Xenomorph is very bottom of the barrel. Used to be Chucky. Chucky's now second to last for kill rate. Xenomorph is the bottom. Speaking of Chucky, the good guy, minor update. Reduced hidey-ho mode cooldown to 12 seconds, down from 14 seconds. Reduce the time to reach max speed after scamper. We know that the good guy's utility and mobility in chases has historically been one of his core draws. While recent changes have made him less oppressive at low MMR rates, we made some adjustments to help him get back in the action quicker and improve the movement feel, particularly accelerating back up to speed quicker after the scamper animation ends. Interesting. Like I said, Chucky's been at the bottom of the killer list for a while now since his last changes, so nice to see they're doing something for him. He had like a 48% kill rate last time I checked, so they're aiming for 60, remember? All right, terror radius adjustments. Minor update. Increase the Hillbilly's terror radius to 40 meters. Increase the Blight's terror radius to 40 meters. Increase the Pig's terror radius to decrease the Pig's terror radius to 24. Decrease Ghostface terror radius to 24. Oh my. Decrease the Skull Merchant's terror radius to 24. Developer note, we've adjusted several killer terror radiuses to better fit their intended playstyles. Killers with high mobility that can zip across the map at high speeds have had their radiuses increased to give survivors a greater chance to react to their approach. Interesting. We also reduced the radiuses for stealthy killers to better fit their playstyles. The Skull Merchant is a slight outlier here. While she can gain undetectable by deploying a drone, we felt that she could benefit from added stealth support. Interesting. The Ghostface one probably scares me the most. New features, match surrender option, because, you know, Ghostface can insta-down you, so having, like, a small terror radius combined with that kind of scares me. Let's see. Match surrender option. If one of the following conditions is met, the surrender option will become available on the match details screen. When all remaining survivors are bots, the killer can surrender without a disconnection penalty. When no generator has been completed for 10 consecutive minutes, the killer can surrender without a disconnection penalty. Oh, that's for the tiny rats, I guess, huh? When all other remaining survivors are bots, the survivor can surrender without a disconnection penalty. When all survivors are in the dying state, the survivor can surrender without a disconnection penalty. Interesting. We know it can be frustrating to find yourself in a scenario that's unwinnable when you would rather just move on. To address these scenarios, as well as cases where the opposing side has been fully replaced by bots, we've added a match surrender option. We're currently targeting the most disruptive cases, but we'll continue to monitor player behavior to identify if there are further opportunities for expanding on this option. And for all you plot twisters out there, we see you. This will not trigger the surrender option, okay? The Forsaken Boneyard Realm expansion. New. Expanded the Forsaken Boneyard Realm with a shack-focused map. So this means we are going to have 2 Forsaken Boneyard maps. Updated the existing map tiles to improve navigation. Huh. Wow. What is this? Double pallets here? What is that? Interesting. We're expanding the Forsaken Boneyard Realm and map pool with a new map layout with the Killer Shack at its center. Oh, kind of like Rotten Fields and things like that. Featuring updated map tiles. Specifically, we've heard your feedback that Eyrie of Crows can be difficult to navigate at times thanks to collisions with certain aesthetic elements. We've opted to remove the large bunches of branches from the map tiles on this shack map, while also introducing double pallet tiles that we hope will add some exciting new looping possibilities. Huh. Perk updates for survivors, quick and quiet. Decrease the cooldown from 15 seconds to 15 seconds, down from 20 seconds. Cool. Deception. Increase the time during which you leave no scratch marks to 5 seconds, up from 3. Decrease the cooldown to 15 seconds, down from 20. You see where you're going with this. It's kind of like a combo here. Dance with me. Increase the time during which you leave no scratch marks to 5 seconds, up from 3 seconds. Decrease the cooldown to 15 seconds, down from 20. Red herring. Decrease the minimum generator repair time needed to trigger this perk to 1 second, was 3. Decrease the cooldown to 15 seconds from 40. Wow, that's probably the biggest change here. While these perks specialize in misdirecting the killer, we found that their cooldowns don't match their value. By reducing the cooldowns and increasing the duration of their effects, specifically Deception and Dance with Me, the scratch mark removal, we hope to give these off-meta perks a better chance at value in Deception-based builds. Yeah, that's interesting. Killer perks. Knockout. When a survivor drops a pallet, if they move 6 meters away from it within 6 seconds, they gain hindered for 5 seconds. What? Knockout is a perk that's associated with slugging, leading to some particularly unfun game styles. We're looking to make changes to the perk whilst keeping it useful for killers. We're addressing slugging. Look at that. Huh. Interesting. Alien Instinct. Increased the aura reveal duration to 8 seconds, up from 5. Increased the duration of Oblivious to 60 seconds, up from 20. Holy moly. Hysteria. Increased the duration of Oblivious to 40 seconds, up from 30. And decreased the cooldown to 20 seconds, down from 30. Oh. Deathbound. Shorten the range at which this perk activates to 4 meters, down from 8. And Nemesis. Increase the aura reveal duration to 8 seconds. It was 4. Holy jumping. Similar to the above, we identified some killer perks that have also been underperforming, boasting lower pick and kill rates. We've adjusted their values to help increase their viability in more specialized perk builds. Until next time, the Dead by Daylight team. Well, I already know what I'm going to do with this, the Hysteria and Deathbound changes. I already know what I'm going to do with those. Couple those with the Legion changes. I got a build right in mind that another content creator made recently. All right, so what do you think about all this? We're going to be able to test it in the public test build on Tuesday, March the 11th. And I'll be live streaming it over there on Twitch. We can check it out, and whatever the new killer is for the new chapter should be available, as well as all this. So, you know, I don't know how much testing like the Legion is going to see. People are going to want to play the new killer in the PTB, but we'll see. All right, this is what they have planned. Let me know what you think about all of it. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate the time that you spend here with me on my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This helps the channel a ton. We have a conversation about all of these changes. Don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.